Hello everybody, it's Diane, and I am actually decorating the pages of my cowboy journals. I almost decided not to do a video today. Then I thought, you've been with me as I made the ephemera for quite a few videos now. So I thought you'd like to watch me as I actually start decorating the pages and actually using the ephemera. So we are going to do a video together today, project together. So I did one signature of, this is the one I'm doing right now. This is the only journal, the book cover, that does not have a guy on the front. So this one has a little bit more feminine touches. It has more pink and, I don't know, it's not exactly feminine, but I did indulge in a few more feminine touches in this one. So I'm just going to go through the next signature and follow along with what I did here. So I just did a collage, a decorated collage on the front of the signature. So I'm gonna find an image that I want to use. This is a totally different style of art. I have my window open and kids are coming home from school. Maybe that one would be cute. They have to be small pictures because these pages are only 4.5 inches wide. This is from that little book. Let's do that one. So I did the sewing part on these signatures, so we won't have to go back to the sewing machine. So I sewed lace on the edges, and I did a little more sewing on the inside. You'll see as we go along. I'm gonna look for some words. Oh, I thought this was an interesting anecdote. The biggest cattle owner in Texas at this time was Samuel A. Maverick of San Antonio. He claimed every unbranded cow he could, and cowboys began to poke fun at his greed. They called any unbranded longhorn a maverick, and the word has stuck to this day. I think I should use that in this journal somewhere because that's the title of the book. And it even shows us his brand. Maybe I'll just tuck it in somewhere. I thought this would be a fun border. I'll just take 3 of them. I do want to put some words on this page. Oh, that's a good one because it's a nighttime scene. It says, all day they roam over the range and nibble grass. Well, that's the cattle. At night they sleep out on the range. The sun, fresh air, and sweet grass keep the cattle healthy. So I'm going to put that in there. Just going to make a little collage. I told you I'm working on one room or area a day this week as far as unpacking and organizing. And today's area was the craft room and office, which the office also has, got the string in there, craft room, craft storage in there, so that's why I put them together. So I did some work. It is not done, and it won't be done. It's going to have to go that way until I get my shelves and stuff. Maybe I can trim it just enough. Okay. This one looks better because it does have that up and down portion. It has horizontal, horizontal, and vertical. But this is all horizontal. I could put some washi tape on it vertically. So we'll do that. That should help. I'll use some yellow gingham. And this one. That's better. I think probably after I eat my dinner, I might do some more organizing in here because, you know, I said I didn't finish. I won't finish, like I said, until I get my shelves up and whatever else I need to get for storing things when I see what I have room for. But at least I want to organize things so I know what box to look in when I need something. Okay, I like the way that looks. And on this side, I put wallpaper. Now, this journal is small, so I had to really cut that wallpaper piece down. This was a big chuck wagon scene, but I cut it, and so I cut it so that I can actually use two pieces of it. So this is I think this is one of the pieces of the chuck wagon scene. Maybe not, but this is a part of a bigger one also. So this is just going to be a tiny little tuck spot here. put one of these cowgirl cards in it. I will cover that. I'm making sure not to stick it down into the glue. Okay, now for this page I'm going to do some stamping. I already sewed a fabric flip on here. So you can see the feminine, it's got some pink and it's got a doily, and I used a burgundy piece of burlap there. And on this one there's some western looking flowers along the edge. I'll use this one here. Let's use my other timber brown. I left the faded one there, but then stamped a darker one. So that's a second generation stamp there, so it's lighter. And these are light enough that you can write over that. And on this side, I did a little bit of a collage with some peachy pink handmade paper and some ribbon there and a word, which I forgot to ink around. And since I sewed the ribbon down, I did that ahead of time. I did 2 of them. So this will go there. This is one of those pre-ruffled trims from Hobby Lobby. Just want to put a random word like rodeos. I cut these words from the book, The Cowboy and His Horse. On this page, there's a book page, and it was a lot of text. There is a statue, a bronze statue there, but the rest of it is text. So I covered that with scrapbook paper and then a library pocket. I don't have enough library pockets to put one in every signature of all the journals, so I'm going to do something different on this page. I think I'll just put down something to journal on. Or gonna reach. I've got these right here. These are little handmade little bags, sacks, whatever, from a die that I have. I wonder if I have anything appropriate for, I mean, could this be from the 1860s? It could be. I think I will use that. Just going to use my ATG tape runner. Yeah, it holds it pretty securely. I could have left it open as a tuck spot. And I'll put this tag inside. So I didn't want to put a fabric flip on this, so that's why it's on this page instead. Okay, next, just put a little stamp on this page. And I like that simple little stamp, so I'm going to use the same one. Or maybe not. I don't want to spend a lot of time searching. Looks like I didn't put it back in the basket. So I'll put a horse on it. And I'll put this label on the other side. Genuine, the one and only. And here we have the burlap and fabric pocket. I'll have to find something to put in those pockets. And again here I was covering up some text and I just put this on that you could write on and added a definition from the encyclopedia. So I think for this I want to leave that picture of the, I think it's a cougar in the snow. But I could put something down here for journaling. Maybe just this piece of paper. Perfect. I'll use my ATG again. And I'll take one of my little stamped images. I stamped it on the same kind of paper. I'm just going to put that in the corner there. Okay, this is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen, and it's small. My battery light is flashing. I'm just drawing a wavery line all the way around. It just looked like it needed something. Maybe if I had inked it, it would have been better, but it is coffee dyed, so I didn't ink it. So we'll just put a little border around it. A messy border. I love this painting. I believe it's one of the Wyeths. Isn't that pretty? Look at this flip. This is a piece of vintage crochet with a tassel on the end. And this would be bulky for writing on, but you can flip it up and get it out of your way. So that signature's done. I'm going to do this one. Let's glue this one down first. This again is a larger scene that I had to cut. Just got to figure out where I need glue here. I think right there I want glue. So I have glue here and here, but I can leave this part open, but I can glue right here. Then whatever gets tucked in there when it dries, that's too small. Find something to go in there. Anyway, it can extend, it can stick out here. Time for some more stamping. Look at that. So I did transfer this. It's a vintage iron-on transfer with a Western theme. So this was a little calf head, and I embroidered it with brown floss. So I included that as part of the flip. Oh, there it is. That's the piece I lost. It was in the basket after all. I think I'm just going to do some corners on this page. I don't know how well this will come out because of the flip right there. Not too bad. this will go here. It has red here and pink there, but this will be in the center of it. So that looks fine like that, because the paper is green and there's a lot of green here. Now some of the pages in these are from an art book on how to do Western paintings. So I think I want to put this tag in whatever I put there, so it's going to have to be bigger. That covers the whole thing. I could cover this side. And put some sort of image on the bag. You can still see some of the damask, but I didn't want it to be all damask. So now it's got denim on damask. Sorry, you can hear the voices outside. Let's put a quick stop in there. Cowboys speak of the quick stop made by a saddle horse as slamming on the brakes. Trim it a little more. My daughter came over last night for dinner. I invited her. I had a beef roast in my freezer, so I got that out and made it. And she came over and ate dinner with me. That was nice. It's the first real meal I've cooked in this house. I've cooked frozen foods and reheated stuff. I did make, I made bacon sandwiches for my grandson and me, but this was the first real meal that I cooked. I did make pancakes the other night, pancakes and scrambled eggs for my dinner. But I've discovered that pretty much anytime I turn the oven on, the smoke alarm goes off. I baked a cake for our dessert yesterday, and I preheated the oven. There was nothing in the oven, and when I opened the oven to put the cake in, the smoke alarm went off. So that's annoying. I'll have to remember to turn the fan on every time I'm doing any cooking whatsoever. The vent fan. So there's that. I might put something else in here and put this somewhere else just so you can see more of that tag. This really hides it all, but for now it's going to be right there. So on this library pocket that I made, I put this horse stamp on it, postage stamp. And then here we are, and I can use this stamp again. And this takes up a lot of space, but it has to go in there somewhere. Now I had to trim a lot. I had to trim this down a lot because this page is narrower because I folded it over. So it ended up being narrower than the other pages, but it still has a little burlap there. And I'll have to find something to put inside that pocket. I'm not going to cover any of this because there's a lot of artwork on it. Here, see, this one has a ticking pocket that I glued this trim on, or sewed this trim on. It's burlap with this crochet trim that was already put together on a spool from Hobby Lobby, and I sewed it to a piece of ticking, so there's a pocket there. But here I decided to just use this image cut from the little children's book and make a little tuck spot there. So I cut him out and glued him to some craft cardstock. Didn't want to stick. Looks like that's it. So these pages are decorated. I just have to make sure I put something in all of the, oh, I didn't do a collage on the front. I have to put something in all of the pockets. like this little cactus iron-on. And I didn't want to iron this one because it's got so many curves. I did iron, I didn't want to embroider. That's what I should have said. I did embroider some of the brands that were in this iron-on transfer package. Oh, he's cool. Now, I wonder if I have any words. If this camera shuts off, forgive me. Let's see. The cowboy, the cowboy, the cowboy. The trail drive, Chisholm Trail. Railroads. I already used the word cowboy. There's horse, that's something different, but there's no horse in this picture. This one just says, tell us about your ranch. That's cute. I'm going to try to finish this before the camera shuts off. I'll give him a little cactus too. This is already yellowed with age, so I'm not going to ink it. Okay, camera didn't shut off. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see what we get up to the next day. Bye-bye.